I want to play Fortnite. This part's a boss fight. Headset, baby. Is it my turn to play yet? Run! Oh, we lost again. You messed it up. Go left, not right. It was an accident.
It's okay, kids.
Yeah, GG.
Welcome back to another episode of the Gamer Parents Podcast. My name is Kevin, and I'm joined by my wonderful wife, Joanne.
Hello, everybody.
If you're new here, Joanne and I are a married couple. We have 2 kids, ages 4 and 6, and we are parents who game, gamers who parent.
The cool kind.
Yes, if you say so. This is episode 120.
Woohoo!
And on the day of recording, this is actually Valentine's Day.
I know.
So happy Valentine's Day to you.
Happy Valentine's Day to you, too.
And I just want to say how lucky I am to be able to record with you on Valentine's Day, my special someone.
Aw. Thank you. I was just going to say this is like the most romantic thing ever, recording a podcast on Valentine's Day.
It's got to be up there.
Yeah.
Anyways, we like to start by talking about what's been going on in life this week. And before we get to all the Valentine's Day activities,
which is a lot.
Yes, it's most of the life part of the episode, that's for sure.
Because love is in the air.
That's right. So before all that, earlier in the week, I forget why, especially afterwards, but we decided to take our kids out to eat, right?
Yes, we did.
Which we don't do too often, but I don't know. That's why I'm like saying I don't remember exactly what spurred the event, but we decided to go out to eat, and we had a few options, and we decided to try going someplace that we like to go more, and with the idea of our kids will maybe like it.
Mm-hmm. I know that never goes well, obviously, like expectations versus reality.
Usually we just stick to the like traditional things that we know that they like, and not kind of get outside of their
comfort zone.
As far as foods go. But we like this Japanese restaurant not too far from us, and we decided to bring the kids with us this time.
I know.
'Cause normally we'll go like there and date nights and that sort of thing without the kids.
Yeah, I think that's the first time we ever brought them there.
It is, yeah. And we were very optimistic about how that would go.
Yeah.
And, they like fried rice, so that would be like an easy thing, or so we thought.
Yeah.
And for whatever reason, the kids had a hard time there.
Mm-hmm.
Right? Faith is sometimes just a picky eater in general, our 4-year-old.
Yeah, she hasn't developed that Asian taste buds yet to try Asian foods as much as our 6-year-old.
Yeah, he's a little bit better, more diverse palate, but he is older. And a couple of his friends have gotten to the point already, I feel like this is still really young, but where some of his friends like sushi.
I know.
And he's kind of been talking about trying sushi. And so we're like, all right, well, we'll order some sushi and he can try it.
Mm-hmm, but you know what? Back in our days, we never eat sushi till when we're in college or something. Kids nowadays, I tell you. Yeah,
I don't think I ever tried it. Or if I did, I didn't like it until probably after college, to be honest.
I know. And I'm Asian. I haven't had it till I was in college. And obviously, it's also an expensive kind of food, right?
Yeah.
So.
Yep, it is. And that's one thing that I was just hoping that he would like it. Because that's one thing. I don't like wasting food, but especially sushi.
Exactly.
It's hard to waste, but he tried 2 different kinds and he didn't like either one of them, unfortunately. I was hoping he would, because I thought it would be cool to be able to have sushi with my son. But there's some foods that I'm hoping he'll open up to at some point, but just hasn't yet. And I know a lot of what he prefers will change over time.
Yeah, he did enjoy the hibachi, which is the fried rice with steak. Actually, the steak was not so much his palate that night.
Oh, it was really chewy.
Yeah.
And they don't really do that well with it. you know?
I guess steak is like a hit and miss, you know. If you get a really chewy one, you're like, is this rubber? I'm not sure.
I remember that as a kid, like sometimes having steak and being like, wow, you have to chew it forever before you can swallow it because like it's just so chewy. And especially like I feel like as a kid you don't chew as well.
True. The teeth, the molars are not there yet.
Yeah, I don't have those grown-up teeth yet.
Mm-hmm. So they enjoyed the chicken teriyaki, thank God, something.
Yeah, but it was a lot of complaining and difficulty eating and stuff for the evening, which at the end we were like, whew, all right, glad that's over. Let's go home.
I was like, this is why we only come here when it's just us two. Whataburger would have been a better option. yeah. It was a fun night out though, regardless, and we went out, so we did it. We survived. Yeah, we survived. Things we tell ourselves. It was a fun night. No, it was.
But that's pretty much it before we kind of got into the Valentine's Day stuff. So you had a Valentine's event that was just you, not me. So I'll let you talk about that.
Yeah, because it's a Galentine's, which is like G-A-L, Valentines.
We have like a Broentine's.
No, guys don't do it. Oh, guys do it Palentine's.
Palentine's? Okay.
Mm-hmm. So the PTA moms organized this Galentine's on Monday, and we all went for a brunch date, you know, all of us. I think there were like 22 of us. So these are like the regular volunteers in the PTA of the school. And it was really fun. Once women get together, we brought our favorite things, and then we kind of like draw a name, and then we give them the gift and explain why we like the item. And obviously I was the only one who brought plushies because I love plushies, and also there's a budget. It was like $10 per person. So yeah, I got a decent size plushie, very huggable, very soft. And yeah, I shared that I love plushies, so that was why it was.
Did you get them from the claw machine place?
No, it's not the claw machine place. We bought them, okay?
I know. I'm just teasing.
But yeah, it was fun, and we all had a good time. It was nice to be meeting up outside the school, you know, because normally we only meet when we're volunteering. So yeah, that's one. And then since Valentine's is like basically the whole week, right? We celebrated it, sort of.
Oh, through different things, right?
Through different events,
your PTA meeting one is obviously not going to be on Valentine's Day.
Yeah. I got Kevin a special Valentine's gift this year, and Kevin has a sweet tooth, so obviously I was gonna pick some kind of food theme, like that sweet, you know, for you. But I didn't just like buy it from a store or something. I had it ordered and shipped from Japan because I know some of these famous brands there, and they really make it very nice, very refined kind of chocolate. But that's not all that's special about these chocolates or cookies and cakes that came from Japan. You want to share?
Yeah, but they were all like Pokemon branded.
Yes, they were all Pokemon times whatever brand it was, you know.
Yeah. So
like a collab,
like 4 or 5 different Pokemon treats, all from Japan, and all very
unique.
I was gonna say like high quality.
Oh yeah, they are.
Like particularly like some of the boxes that they come in are like very well designed and created and very nice looking, you know, very sleek. The kind that like you'd probably want to hold on to.
Yeah, a keepsake box kind of.
And use it for something else. So yes, working our way through some of those, even though I know it's just been a few days. So we still have a lot to check out in that package.
Yeah.
And try, but so far what we've had has been pretty good. We've had some different kind of fruit flavored gummies that are in the shape of different Pokemon, and some chocolates that were different flavors and also in the shapes of different Pokemon. And you might have to help me out with this one. To me, like the Americanized response would be it's something like Twinkies, except instead of like the vanilla cream, it's like banana, yeah, banana paste they call it in Japan. And it's actually the brand Tokyo Banana, which is like so famous that even if you go to any airport in Japan, they sell it there, Tokyo Banana. Yeah, it looks kind of like a Twinkie, maybe a little bit smaller, and then it's a little bit more like airier, like the more fluffy, I guess. Yeah.
And it's the shape of a banana.
Yeah, and it has like a picture of Pikachu on it.
Yes, 6 different facial expressions of Pikachu on it.
Yeah, so that's cool. That was one of the things that were in there. So thank you for my Valentine's Day gift.
And there's cookies as well, which we haven't opened yet. One is like milk chocolate filling cookie, and another one's a caramel filled cookie.
Mm-hmm.
And there's Eevee and Pikachu for that one.
Yes. And we can talk about what I got you for Valentine's Day. Also another Pokemon themed thing.
Yes.
Which is
we're in that, what do you call it, Pokemon craze right now. You got me a cute plushie, which I requested because I love plushies.
Mm-hmm.
And it's a Snorlax.
Yes, and it's very soft.
It is.
I got you a very soft, cuddly Snorlax.
But the claws are sharp.
Yeah, that's the only thing. It's not so comfortable, but just don't let him scratch you.
Yeah. No, I slept with it, so.
Mm-hmm.
And there's another plushie on the way, right?
There is. There's one more that was supposed to arrive today on Valentine's Day, which is why I got you 2 things, because one was going to be late. And I don't want to be that husband that gets you things after the holiday only, so...
And you got me a bouquet of flowers, and that has an interesting story behind it.
Yeah, so I'll just go ahead and tell that story now, because it's a funny one that involves our daughter, our 4-year-old Faith, and it was, I think, like, I needed to make a trip out to the store to pick up some things, and I wanted to take one of the kids with me to kind of take them off your hands, you know, while I was going. And so Faith wanted to go. She loves to go to the grocery store. And
she got that from me.
Yeah, I told her we were going to get you Valentine's Day flowers and a card and all this stuff. And she was very excited. We go into the store and, you know, we start looking for flowers. And she helps me pick you out some roses.
Yes.
Which is okay. Like, they were very pretty roses, like about a dozen of like 3 or 4 different colors. Mm-hmm. They had like more like dedicated Valentine's Day stuff, but I figured these were still looking great, and Faith helped pick them out, and she would have been upset if I went for something different. So I went with the flow. Yeah. Went with the pretty roses, and then it's off to find a card. And obviously it's the week of Valentine's Day. They have a bunch of Valentine's Day cards out.
Yeah. So which one did she pick?
Faith is very, you know, loves to jump in and make the decision for everyone, especially when it comes to our little family. And so she finds a card that she likes and just immediately pulls it out and brings it to me and says that we should get you this one. Yeah. Right. And I'm like, okay, well, let's at least give this a try. Let's see what it is. You know, maybe she found a really good one, you know, by accident. So I started reading it over, and I almost immediately realized it is not a Valentine's Day card at all. It is a happy birthday card.
I know.
So I had to explain to her how, because she can't read, right, like Dylan can, how that's not a Valentine's Day card and it's for birthdays. Mm-hmm. And so she seemed cool with that excuse. And luckily, she didn't push too much harder on wanting to get that card for you. I went back to the card that I had found, and she was okay just moving on around the store because she likes to look at everything and try to put things in the cart that she doesn't need. Yeah, yeah. And, you know, all the stuff, all the reasons she loves going to the store in the first place. Yeah. Yeah. And anyway, that was a pretty short trip, so there wasn't too much going on. We went home.
And then she gave me the flowers.
I started to, and she was like, I want to give mommy the flowers, right? So, like, I let her pass them to you. And what does she say when she passes you the flowers?
She was like, Happy New Year. I was like, wait a minute.
And here's a happy birthday card.
I know.
No.
It was so
I guess
funny.
because, like, Lunar New Year was, like, the last thing that we celebrated, right? So, like, that's on her brain right now.
Yeah, these kids have so many celebrations. I don't blame them.
Even though she knows it was for Valentine's Day, because we went over this, Faith.
I know. That was funny.
So that was a funny thing that happened this week. But we also like to talk about all the fun events that happen at Faith's
preschool.
They do all kinds of fun stuff like science experiments, and where the families get to go in and join the classrooms and stuff. And this week they had a Valentine's Day party, which was fun. I think Faith's class is about 22 kids, and I think pretty much every single one of them brought gifts for all the other 21 students, right? And that's a lot of gifts being passed around, right? Because you have 22 kids passing out 22 gifts to everyone, and
I lost track.
You can't do like all at once because then the whole classroom just like descends into chaos, right? So the teacher's trying to speed through like one at a time, kind of, and then it got to the point where it was like 2 at a time, then 3 at a time, and then it was like, okay, whoever hasn't gone, just like start running around the room and passing out your gifts, right? Your little like goodie bags, as you call them, not necessarily gifts, but like little bags full of candy or pencils or erasers, just toys, whatever. And that was pretty wild and chaotic for the most part, but fun to see Faith get to walk around. She was, I think, somewhat earlier on before it got really crazy, but fun kind of seeing her go around and passing out her goodie bags to all of her friends.
And before that, they even had crafts and some book reading and some dancing. So it's like full-on kids party,
And they were gonna have pizza and fruit and
over the
cookies
lunch
and stuff like for lunchtime later after we left. But it was cool to see them do the kind of Valentine's Day traditional stuff in the classroom. And then, bring all those goodies back home, and now she has tons of stuff to go through this weekend. So thanks to her school.
And because we've spoken about how our neighborhood friends love to do play dates with each other and just hang out and play outside together. And since the weather was going to be great, we decided as neighbors collectively to host this Valentine's party for the kids. So it's basically just like another play date with all the friends coming to play outdoor games, except with food and drinks and some goodie bags as well. Some of us brought some goodie bags. So there were like pizzas. It's like a potluck thing. So it's not like someone had to do all of it. And we all kind of like chip in, So, yeah.
We even brought wine, which was a nice treat, and a fruit platter. There was pizza and
6 large
nuggets.
pizzas, chicken nuggets. Yeah, can't go wrong with that. Kids love that. There was cookies and lots of cookies. Oh, juice boxes, obviously, for the kids. I made a joke. I said, like, you guys are drinking your grape juice and us adults are drinking our grape juice.
Yeah.
What else were there? Oh, and the funny part was, like, my neighbor and I, we set it up, right? So we decorated. We put tablecloth, and I had these flower petals that I collected and saved since our wedding. I scattered them over the table. Faith actually helped scatter them over the table. And then our neighbor had these tea light candles, red tea light candles that she lit up. It's just turned on and off, battery operated ones.
Yeah, so, battery candles.
So not lit up. Like she turned it on, and so it looks very nice. And there were like Valentine balloons. Yeah, so I think it was well planned, don't you think?
Yeah, you all did a very good job decorating, and
we had the garage door shut so that the kids.
It was all in the garage.
Yeah.
And so like the opening the garage doors was like a grand reveal, and I'm sure the kids got a kick out of it.
They did. They were like, whoa, running in and start to grab. Oh, there were chips too. Yeah, I forgot about that. So
can't forget the chips.
Can't forget the chips. Yes. Variety chips. So anyways, it was very nice. We made sure the kids sat down to eat first before they played outside because we wanted them to have energy, after school and all that. And your parents were there too, right? So they brought a piñata filled with candies, and that was a hit, literally.
Yeah. There was many hits.
Many hits, yeah. But we did it in a way where the youngest get to go first.
Of course.
And then
as per tradition.
is it?
Well, I think most groups do that just so like the younger kids aren't likely to break it.
That's
like
true.
The older kids can hit it a lot harder. And
Okay. Yeah, I didn't know it was a tradition, but it makes sense. So we did that. The youngest go first, and
it was almost perfect because like I think almost everyone got to go once.
Mm-hmm.
Everyone that was in line, because we had them line up youngest to oldest.
Yeah.
So pretty much everyone got to go, and it was like the oldest kids that were finally able to kind of bust it open, and candy goes everywhere and kids go everywhere.
Yep. And Faith was like standing there when everyone already like got their fill of candies, and she was standing there looking for stray candies. I thought it was funny. She was not gonna leave that spot until she made sure all candies were picked up, and she actually got about 5 to 6 more.
Oh, okay.
That were missed by the people.
Yeah.
So it was fun. So thank you, parents, for that piñata and the candies. And confetti was everywhere. It was too dark to blow it away once, to vacuum it all up. But the main thing was the kids had fun, right?
Yes.
And then they proceed, after they had all that candy and stuff, they proceed to play for about an hour more until the sun went down. That was so fun. I think that was like the best play date ever for the kids, at least like party.
Well, I think because you had wine this time.
It was like New Year's with less stress because there's no fireworks.
Yeah.
But that is it, I think, for all the Valentine's stuff, right?
And I think all the life stuff.
Yes, because our whole life has been consumed by love this week. So let's hop on to our gaming. So I'll just go first since I didn't game as much. All my nights were busy preparing goodie bags. I forgot to mention that earlier. Preparing goodie bags for the school. And so I've only been playing my Puzzles and Survival Resident Evil Edition still. And speaking of which, there is a Valentine conquest this weekend. So I have to shield up or else I lose my resources. Yeah, that's about it for me. Now your turn, Kevin.
Okay, so last week I talked about how I had beaten Pokemon Fire Red and was kind of slowly going through the end game stuff. And one of the things that I did get to try this last week, and talking about it, I actually called it by the wrong name last week. So I was calling it the Pokemon Tower, which is not it. That's actually something else called the Trainer Tower. And it's kind of like you go through multiple floors of fighting different trainers. And I went in there to the first floor and got my butt whooped by the first trainer there, which was kind of eye-opening because I have like breezed through the game like pretty easily up until this point. And I know I kind of explained in this playthrough, I pretty much had like one really strong Pokemon and then, 5 really weak ones. And the way that it works in the Trainer Tower is they always match the level of your highest level Pokemon, which was pretty bad for me because...
Why? What level was that Pokemon?
I think it's like 86 is my highest or something like that. So yeah, I didn't really get anywhere close to even being able to... Well, I kind of got close to being the first trainer, but that was pretty much it. And I don't know how many floors there are, but I know I didn't get close to the end because I barely got anywhere from the beginning.
Mm-hmm.
And so I'm not really that interested in trying to go too far in that. So maybe I'll check out what else there is at the end of the game. I know I still need to go try and catch Mewtwo. That's one thing I could go do, which would be kind of cool to have him on my roster. But that's it. I'm close to kind of being done with that game, I think. And then still playing Pokemon Pocket on mobile. And that's been fun, just like opening the, 2+ packs of cards a day.
Yeah.
And kind of alternating around like who in the family gets to open them, right?
But today is Valentine, so I got it, right?
Yes, you got to open one. And obviously we get a lot of extra ones too. So I know I think it was last weekend, I had each of the kids open like 3 or 4, and then they wanted to save the rest, even though I still have tons. So I need help opening more.
Sure.
It's just time consuming and we're always so busy. So like one at a time works pretty easy. Most of the time. And we get some good polls, which we are usually sharing on Instagram and sometimes on X.
Yeah. What was the other one that's connected to Instagram Threads. Yeah.
On Threads, yeah. So that's been fun. It's always the excitement of opening cards and trying to get something new and rare.
Or the ones with like full movie scene.
Yeah, like sometimes just like the artwork and the cinematic in the game is pretty impressive for the most part. So like, yeah, if you're a fan of like trading card game artwork, I think this is a good one for that.
Yeah. I didn't know I was a fan until I started opening it, and like I'm impressed by the artwork.
Yeah, a lot of trading card games I think have really awesome artwork at times, and I think this is as good as I've seen Pokemon get, at least. So I've also been playing Warzone. So last weekend, Black Ops 6, which is the current Call of Duty game, had a like free-to-play weekend, and I didn't even know it ahead of time. I just like logged in, and it was like, oh, I could play this now. It was just there. And so I played zombies mode for a couple of days, which is way better for like getting experience than just the normal Warzone mode. And so I basically like leveled up one of the guns I had been wanting to the point where I could have like a decent loadout with that, which basically what that means is when I do go back to Warzone, which those weapons and experience like transfer over, I at least have like a decent loadout I can use in Warzone. Otherwise, it would have taken me a lot longer to get that. So it was nice they had a free-to-play weekend in there for Black Ops to kind of grind the weapon experience. So it makes Warzone a little bit more fun and more bearable for now, at least until they nerf that gun and make changes and change the meta, I guess. But then the last thing that I've been playing this week was some Horizon Forbidden West. I don't think I played a ton, but just as an update on where I am in that game, like there's a decent leg of the story that you go through, and then you meet like I won't give it away, but you meet kind of an important character who then kind of gives you like 3 main missions to do, and each one of those are pretty lengthy, and you can tell when they give them to you because they're pretty far away, and it kind of seems like it'd be big staples in the story.
Okay.
And
I did
one of those.
Oh, one.
I did one, and it took a while, but yeah. So I know I still have like 2 more to do, and I know they're gonna get like harder as you go as well. So I don't know how much of the story there is like after that, but I know I at least have those 2 more things to do.
Dang, I remember Hogwarts Legacy doing that. Like they have like a big mission, of the main story, and it's just so lengthy, and within the missions there are like tiny missions again. It's like, oh my goodness.
Like those are technically like separate missions, but like there's lots of steps, to go through, and lots of traveling around, and lots of main story points and figuring things out. So that's kind of where I'm at in the story. So if you played the game before, you might know what I'm talking about, but still enjoying it. But that's it for what we've been playing this week. So I will run through the new games that were released this last week. And with that, let's go ahead and go on. We have Urban Myth Dissolution Center on PC and Switch, Warriors Abyss on PC, Switch, PS5, and Xbox Series X, The Legend of Heroes Trails Through Daybreak 2 on PC, PS4, PS5, and Switch, Tomb Raider 4 through 6 Remastered on PC and all consoles, Avowed on PC and Xbox Series X, and lastly, Lost Records Bloom and Rage Tape 1 on PC, PS5, and Xbox Series X. Any of those sound good to you? I see Tomb Raider's on there.
Yeah, I was going to say Tomb Raider. I remember playing that game.
I know you like Tomb Raider. I don't remember which one you had played on Game Pass that one time. Maybe it was 1 through 3, and now we have 4 through 6.
No, I don't think so.
Yeah, so there you have it. New game releases for this last week. What about on Game Pass? Is there anything new on Game Pass?
Yes, there's 2 things new on Game Pass, and the first one is Kingdom 2 Crowns on console, PC, and cloud, and Avowed, which is a day 1 release on Xbox Series X and S, PC, and cloud.
Okay, very cool. Thank you. That's it for Game Pass games. Yep. I guess we can run through where people can find us over on social media. You can check out our YouTube channel under Gamer Parents Podcast, where we post audio versions of every single episode. or over on Twitch, where we live stream almost every Tuesday night around 9:30 Central Standard Time, usually playing something like Fortnite if we're playing together. I think last week I played Warzone.
But this week we will not be streaming.
That's true. This Tuesday, which is the day this episode comes out, we will not be streaming. So you'll have to check us out the week after.
Yeah.
You can also find us over on X at GamerParentsPod.
Or over on Instagram at gamer_parents_podcast.
The best place to come and hang out with us would definitely be the Discord server, where we talk about life and games all throughout the week. And the link for that is in the podcast episode description.
Yep. Give us a follow, a like, a comment, a subscribe, whatever it is, wherever it is. And we would highly appreciate that.
But that is all that we have for you all this time with episode 120.
We will catch you in the next one.
Bye.